It has been a really long time since I've done a model with Mel, and today I was just like, I need to bring it back. I haven't gone live doing a Revit model in so long, and I just wanted to share with you guys what I was working on before. So I did season 2, the first 2 episodes back in May, and I have not had time for Model with Mel since then. So we are picking up where we left off on episode 2 of season 2. This is episode 3. Hello to everybody joining. We're going to be modeling live together a project that I've been working on, and if you want to see my screen recording, I have it streaming to YouTube right now. So we are live streaming the screen share to YouTube, and we're going to prop you guys up on Instagram into my little phone holder so you can see my computer screen as we model. But we're going to go through the project we previously started. Like I said, episode 1 and episode 2 are on YouTube, and you can go watch what I did to get to this point in the model. You could literally follow along with Model with Mel and create a project. So I'm going to prop everybody up, and we're going to get into the model that I've been working on. All right. So that's the Instagram quality. If you want better quality and to see exactly what I'm doing, you're going to want to jump onto the YouTube stream. That's going to be where you can see all of my clicks and every little thing that I'm doing really well. All right, so this is the model. This is what we're working with. And I started this the last 2 sessions. I have a floor plan that was done in AutoCAD by Emily, who's my design partner. So she'll design the floor plans, and then I will build out the project in 3D because she doesn't like to design the exterior, and I really like designing exteriors. So it works well. She designs the floor plans, and then I bring it to life in Revit and design the exterior. So this is the first floor plan just to get caught up. I've done this sort of supporting elements of the interior first floor. We have the second floor plan, and then we have the third floor plan. So this is a massive house. It's a super fun one. It even has a finished basement with a playroom and a bar and all these cool things we're going to end up building out. And if I go to the second floor plan in Revit, you can see that I have also just started building out the major walls so that we have a mass model here on the outside. And I've started to design the roofs, and next today we're going to be adding in doors and windows and just sort of seeing what looks good, what feels good. I love being able to just pop in windows and pop in doors, change them automatically, see what looks good and honestly what feels good. I talk about design a lot in the sense of a feeling. If it feels balanced or if it feels proportional, and I think you'll notice that as we design this together. That's what I really love doing. Hello everybody joining, happy to join, so happy to have you. Again, if you want to see the live stream, you can go to YouTube and see a screen share and my face on the webcam that's happening on YouTube. I feel like I have to check to make sure I'm live on YouTube because I haven't been live on YouTube in so long that I'm like, I don't even know if I'm really live. I'm using my little streaming software. So if I'm not streaming, I'm recording it and I'll upload it to YouTube after. But this is where we left off. You can go watch episode 1 and 2 of season 2 on YouTube to get caught up with where we are today. But we're going to continue. So I like to focus on the exterior stuff first. Sometimes I'll jump around and do some interior stuff, but we just have the major massing and the roof started. Something that we ran into last time was, so Emily did draw out the roofs for us, but she hates thinking about the exterior and doesn't always think about the roofs. So we're going to talk about roofs and roof drainage today and a little bit about why this is bad. to have this roof right here running into this wall. So right now there's a wall here that I need to hit the space bar and flip, I'm assuming. My material is usually on the inside. What is this? 2x6, 2x6, and did I paint them? What's going on here? All right. Hi, Buka. It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. So this is set to lap siding. I'm going into this. This is also set to lap siding, so I must have painted it. I'm going to go into the Modify tab and remove paint. Yep, I painted it. So that's why the pattern wasn't showing up. I do want it to show up here, just because that's the exterior wall, and I'm going to use this join tool, just get rid of that line there. You'll notice that the patterns don't really align, so I'm going to use the align tool, and you can actually tab and select the line of a material and then align that so that it matches perfectly. So this as well, we have to change to be our exterior. So I'm going to hit the space bar and just flip that wall out so that the exterior material is the one that's showing. And then this one here looks like I also painted it. So I'm just going to remove the paint for now. And what that's going to do is bring that horizontal siding back, which this is just temporary siding until we really start designing it and figuring out what we want to do. Why isn't that removing? Okay, it did, but I'm going to flip it so it's on that side. So we want to fix this roof because you never want to have water from a roof or snow. I live in the New England area of the United States. You don't want snow to pile up in the corner here. And so if we leave the roof like this, it's going to cause massive issues and snow buildup along this side of the wall. So that's one of the things that, you know, Emily's just designing the floor plan. She's kind of just sketching out quick roofs, and then I go in and really bring it to life in the exterior. Hi, Nell. I hope you're good. So happy to have you join. We're modeling a project in Revit, and my friend, she designs the floor plans, and then I go in and I design the exterior, so it works out. We design things together. It's so fun. Like, I don't really like how to think about the floor plan. I like big picture, the look and feel of a building, and we balance each other so well. So I'm going to uncheck this roof, and we're only going to slope these two areas. And then I'm just going to lower this down so that it meets like that. Now, that's an option. We could also uncheck this roof and just slope it this way. That's also an option. I personally think, because we're doing hip roofs, this is what this is called, everywhere, that I want to keep that style and not introduce a shed roof, which is what this is. So I'm going to undo everything I just did and leave that. And then I'm going to go over here and see what slope I made this. So it's telling me my base offset. Okay, let's put this at an even number, -5. And then if we click into it, we can see that they're kind of like it's random sloped right now, because when you move this up and down, it adjusts the sides to be different. So this is a 6/12 and this is a 2/12. And because they're different, it's not showing up as one whole thing in the properties bar, but that's okay. We're going to do the same thing on this side because, again, we don't want water to be trapped in that area. We're going to unslope this up along the wall, and we're going to bring this down so that it looks a little bit more attractive. And we're just going to be keeping those two edges as a slope so that we can keep our hip style. This, I think, might need to proportionally come down more. I know this is a double height living space. If I go to an elevation, I'm going to check the overall height to height here, because Top plate living room, I have it set at 12.6. Well, 12.6 isn't really accurate. That's from the garage slab. So it is 11 feet to the top plate of the living room. And that really just means where the roof structure is going to sit on the two structural top plate pieces. So 11 feet is good for a double height space, but I think I want to bring it down to 10. Or actually, I think we can bring this down in general, just because the top plate usually runs about there. It's not 100% accurate right now, but we'll worry about making it buildable later. And then I think I need to bring it up just a little bit more. And I think that feels a little bit more proportional in terms of like how much roof we have here and how much roof we have here. So this is at a 6/12. It's showing up here because they're all consistently a 6 slope. This one isn't showing up because, again, those two sides have different slopes. And you have to actually click into the roof to see what they're set to. So that fixes our roof problem. Now let's go to the first floor and see what we have going on for windows. So I'm going to go through the floor plan and I'm going to start adding in some windows, and then we're going to look at the exterior together and change them and see how things look balanced. And the windows, I'm sure, will change over the course of time developing this model, because as we figure out what materials we want, where we're going to add trim, the windows could start to feel unproportional to the rest of the elements that we're adding. So I never get too hung up on the windows. Get it? Hung up? Double hung windows. Anyways, I never get too hung up on the windows because they could potentially change later down the design. I just like to have them placed out so I know where things are going to be on the facade and I can start to plan everything around that. So I'm going to turn this into a wireframe, and I can't really see exactly where the windows are because the walls are post-shade gray for new wall studs. And we went in on the last 2 episodes and we just set up our walls to be on even increments. We always want to design to hold numbers. You'll see that Emily's CAD file here has some wonky numbers. She draws everything up very loosely in SketchUp. That's what she uses. But it's not 100% accurate, and then I bring it into Revit and we make it construction document ready so we can do stock plans. So that's our ultimate goal for these. That's why I do them. I also do them because it's fun. I love designing things. So let's get some windows in here. I have my favorite manufacturer, my favorite windows, my Andersen windows. I'm going to play some background music. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. But I just started playing some background music because it's so quiet in here. Alright, let's get my Andersen casement. Casement is a style of windows. 400 is their series. And then twin is like 2 windows. So I am placing those. Sometimes it takes a second for these windows to load. And I can't exactly see what is below this. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to override the walls to be white when I cut through them, just so I can see through it when it's on hidden line. It should work. It didn't work. Let us reset that because that did not work. I think I just have to go and remove the material so I can see through it. It's alright. It doesn't need to be 100%. I'm going to place windows anyways. She has 2 here. We're going to make it a double hung. Alright. That's what we're going to do. Alright. And these are 4x8s. Tall and 6 feet wide, so we'll keep that for now. And this is a pretty standard mullion style. Andersen windows are the best because you can customize them so much. You can do the grill size, which are the mullions here, enter in different pattern numbers, enter in how many you want to create up and down, and you can actually select enter exterior trim number to add exterior trim to the model itself. So you don't have to like model it as a separate object. It's literally built into this family that they've created. You can turn all these things on and off. You can update all the materials, and then you can go here and adjust the height and width. So super valuable families. Again, this is an Anderson window, and you can just go to their website and look through their catalog and download their Revit files for free. I don't even think you need to make an account, honestly. It's because they want you to use their product. So they make really good families so that people will be inclined to use them and then spec their product. Single in-store. So I already have all this stuff loaded in. If you don't have all this stuff loaded into a template, it can take time to build one. This is a Revit template that I've been building for years. I've been using Revit for 8 years now, both in and out of school. I've been graduated since 2020. I graduated in the pandemic. It was not a great experience, 0 out of 10. But it was what it was. Alright, I'm going to leave the grills on it for now. I don't even really know what style we're going for. I feel like I'm like the type of person that needs to look up inspiration for houses that have roofs like this, like specifically hip roofs, and then sort of figure out what looks good with it, because I never like studied the types of houses. I don't know if that's a thing people actually do, but I also just work really good with looking at inspiration pictures and creating like a mood board for what I want it to look like. I don't know if you guys do that. I've never actually created a mood board before, but I'm saying that's what I feel like I want to start doing, because I like to look at inspiration and what other people are doing with certain things and certain designs and certain styles, and then I pick and choose what I like about the inspiration pictures and bring it to life and create it on my own design. So I feel like for these stock plan houses where I'm like starting from scratch, I need to put together some type of like inspiration mood board for the style that I'm going for, so that I have a direction and I have certain things that I'm just aiming for and that I like, and that I will pick and choose and design to my model as I go. So yeah, I don't know if that's something other people do, super random, but I'm gonna start doing that because I think it'll be also really good to try and mimic different styles of houses, and that way I'll learn how to do a lot of different things in Revit by trying to mimic a lot of different classic residential styles. So I think it's going to be interesting. Right now, like I said, I'm just going through and placing things so that we can see how the windows are working with the floor plan and the exterior. And then once we do that, we'll start figuring out what materials and what massing and all the trim and those things. But the great thing about the Model with Mel series is you guys get to design this with me, and you can be like, that window doesn't really look good. Let's try a different window there. Or that material doesn't look good, we should move it. It's a collaborative space, and I love hearing your guys' feedback. I know we're not too far into this project yet, but once we really get into it, it starts to get really fun. So I'm going to rename this. I don't know why this is 8 feet tall, because that's like super tall. I want it to match the door height. This is a side light next to the door. And it's going to take a second to load. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the head height's pretty much almost the same. I think this needs to be lowered like a little bit. 2 feet, and the head height looks a little bit better. So let's go back to the first floor plan. And I'm not going to be super accurate here. I'm just going to move them onto each other. and go to 3D and see how that looks. It looks super weird. I get my doors and windows from Andersen Window Manufacturing, their website. So if you Google Andersen Windows and Doors, it's a manufacturer in the United States, and they have like a design. Let me go to the website real quick. Pause, everybody. This is important. So I'm just going to the website, Andersen Windows and Doors, Andersen Windows, and then you go to professionals, architectural tools and documents, architectural tools, BIM, and then you can literally scroll down, and they have all these different series. You can go and look on their website what those series include, and what they're just different, made of different things, different price points, but basically in here they have all these different Revit families, and it'll tell you the type of product it is, if it's a casement window or an awning. Those are different ways windows open up, and it'll tell you like all the different types of windows that come when you download this. So you download this, and then it's a zip file, and you just open it and save it on your computer. So if I open up my families really quick, all right, 1 second. I'm opening up my families. I literally have a whole folder called door and window families, and then in here I have a zip file. I haven't unzipped yet, but I also use Pella. They're a different window and door manufacturer. I noticed that they have just different style windows. Play around with the families and see what you like to use, but I have all these in here in a folder: triples, singles, twins, transoms, different styles of windows, and I have doors, a quad slider, a double slider, I have side lights in here, and yeah, I'm not sure when you popped on the live, but if you go to edit type, you can customize the heck out of these, like to the point of like adding casing or not. So right now there's no casing added on this. 0 equals no exterior trim. So let's do 5 and add trim to that, because the second company, Anel, is called Pella. It's Pella, and Pella Windows is just another window manufacturer. And they do windows and doors in the United States. So I just added, like, you can customize the mullions here. You can customize the trim. You can turn jam visibility on and off. All of these materials can be customized. You can change the height and width, and everything stretches correctly. And then down here, of course, they spec their information for the product, because they really want you to use and spec their product in your projects. So they make these really great families for people to go and use them, with the intention that you're then obviously going to spec it for the project. I don't always spec Andersen just because I use their families. I'll use their families and then just do a window and door schedule that says what the overall window and door needs to be. And then the contractor on site for the project, they will make the call on whatever manufacturer they want to use, because there's a bunch. Andersen's pretty higher on the cost side because they have really good lead times, and what that means is the projects all have time frames, and they have products that take a while to get there and get made. So the lead times is how long it's going to take for the window to be ordered and delivered to the project site. So Andersen has really good lead times, but they are more expensive. A lot of brands that I know contractors use are Harvey Windows is a more cost-effective window manufacturer, but I love Pella's window families, and you can use them and then just do a window schedule or a door schedule that includes the overall sizes, and your contractor will figure out what windows they're going to order for the project. All right, so we just added casing. Literally, there's like 6 different trim types. You can just put the number in here and it'll automatically update it. You can change how many lights we have in terms of how many bars are going across. And it's just like so customizable. But play around with them, download them, see which ones you like, see how they work. They all have like little weird things about them you'll notice. And when you load in the Pella ones and have the Anderson ones in as well, you'll kind of be able to compare them. Some Pella windows, I'd say, have better doors. They have more door options, I believe. And then they also have really good, like, triangle-shaped windows, specialty-shaped windows. Last time I checked, Anderson's specialty windows in terms of, like, triangles, hexagon, like, weird shapes for windows. They didn't really have any families, I don't think. And Pella does have, like, angled hexagon, like, triangles and cool stuff. And I believe that their doors are a little bit better. All right, so we have that loaded in. We added our casing. And that's what that looks like for now. Let's see what casing we have around this window. We have the 3.5 casing. Perfect. So let's go back to the floor plan. Again, just looking at the windows here. So I'm going to just do create similar so I can start the window command. And then we have double hung window, which is a different style of window. A picture window, which does not open. We have a gliding window, which opens to the side. And we have the casement windows, which crank open to the left or right. I like the style of casement windows because double hung windows, you have that sash across the middle. And I don't always love the way the look of that. I like a casement window because there's nothing usually in the middle except like the mullions that you want there. Do I not have any single... Need like a small... I guess I'll do... I don't know if I have casement single loaded in. Oh, right here. Alright, so we're just placing these. It's the bathroom, so we're going to want to do a tiny one. There's another double here. Let's put that there. I don't really know what the thought was here with the window being a little bit off-centered, but depending on how it looks on the exterior, does she have a triple window here? She does. Triple window here. Alright. Do I have a triple loaded in? I do. I have a massive triple. I think this is going to be way too big, and I'm going to need to make a different size because 10 feet by 6'6". Let's see. Yeah, that's quite large. Let's go for 8. Make it a little more proportional. Alright, that's good. We'll flip it and then go in and add the casement. We want trim number 2, which is 3.5 flat casing. Oh my gosh, like before I started using Anderson windows, I used to do like the trim around windows either as a filled region in a 2D elevation, or I would do it as a split region. Like I would split the wall and like paint that area white, or I would do a model in place piece and I'd model the trim over it. It like the fact that I could do it in one click now is life-changing. Like, not to be dramatic, but these windows changed my life because before I was doing the most, like I swear to God. Alright, I'm changing the wall depth over here just so that the trim sticks out. You'll notice before it was sort of like in the wall, and that's because you just want to set the wall depth. Alright, there we go. Over here we have our kitchen, so there's no windows here. Looks like she's putting some AC outside. How thoughtful of her. We have the windows and sinks. We have a double over here, so I'm going to create similar and put our casement window over here. Again, if you want to follow along, you can watch the replay of this live stream on YouTube. This is a great way to learn Revit with me on your own time. It's not like the course, of course. It is not a step-by-step, start from finish. This is kind of like just me having fun, building stuff in Revit, designing stuff as I go. It's not a step-by-step, these are the tools, this is how you use them. But if you want to practice Revit, you already know Revit, you could follow along a model with Mel replay and build this alongside me. So if you do that, you got to tag me because I would love to see your rendition of the project. Obviously those windows need to be fixed. Their heights are off. All right, this one, better. I feel like it needs to be shorter because it's at the toilet. They also look so close together on the exterior. Oh, it's because they are. Let's just center it in the room. I didn't draw in this wall. So because I'm going to center something in the room, I am going to draw that interior wall in. And I'm just going to use that wall to make it centered in the room. Perfect. All right, we have a little kitchen eating there. We have double doors there, another casement, another double here. And again, we're gonna have to look at what this looks like on the outside because I have no idea. I have no idea. And these windows, I think I'm gonna change probably to be maybe not taller because I want them to match the door height, but like stacked on top because this living room is double height. We're gonna do a massive living room. Let me get a double door here. We have a glider and we have a swing. And we're gonna just put it right here. Pop it in, pop it in. Okay. We have a triple. So let's get our triple. And like I said, the size of these might change, most likely will change as we go through and start building out the exterior more and more based on whatever feels the most proportioned. So I'm just going to hide this CAD file for a second so I can select the right lines to dimension here. Oh, that was weird. I don't know what just happened. Alright, so I'm just always selecting that inner stud line. I always want a dimension to that. And then I just said equal, equal. So I actually want to equal to this point. So it's centered in the room. In the room. Alright, let's turn this back on. And let's see what's working with this here. So we have another door. Gonna create similar of the front door. Put it here. We're also just going to put this lower because this is the garage. So we want to put this associated to the garage slab. It's going to be a little bit lower in elevation. And we also need a single window. So I'm going to create similar from the single window over here. And I'm going to pick a bigger one than the one that's in the bathroom. And we're going to place that here as well. Flip that out so that the trim's on the outside. Alright, so she only has 2 windows here. I think we're going to add more. I like to have a lot of windows. Also going to add a door here. And then the garage doors. So I don't have any garage doors loaded in right now. I'm going to have to go find them. Maybe I'll do that next time. But for now, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to do 2 double hungs here, and here. And I'm just going to randomly place them because I'm then going to dimension them within the space evenly. So I'm just dimensioning there, and then I hit equal, and it's going to equal out from there to there to there to there. So what I actually want to do is edit this witness line and create I'm just going to enter in a distance for them to be, because I actually don't want them to be equal. I want them to be at a set distance, and then this will be a greater distance. That looks good for now. We're going to change it as we look at the exterior. We have our porch here. All right, let's take a look. And it's looking pretty good. This has to be lowered to the garage slab. And on the first floor, we need to edit this because the garage slab is lower. So we're going to need to do a different floor here. That's a different floor. And then this is a separate floor. Just connecting the floor boundary here. And then the garage doors will be lower. All right. So we have all the windows placed on the first floor for now. And we're going to go to the second floor. And start placing them there too. And we're going to get crazy. So turn off my underlay so you can kind of see it. Okay, so we have two windows here, but they're not connected because there's a wall in between them. No, there's not. Why is this going all the way up? Second floor. There's not a wall between them, silly. Let's see what's on the first floor. So this, yeah. Let's see what that looks like in elevation, because I feel like it's going to be a bit awkward. All right, well, actually, we're going to get to that next time. It's been 37 minutes, guys, and I gotta go eat dinner. Time always flies by, and I feel like I don't get a lot done. Like, in 36 minutes, yeah, I feel like I didn't get a lot done, but it's alright. Let's lower this. I'm gonna lower these, and then we'll be done to match the head height of the garage. And then we're gonna do matte. I'm just kidding. These are different windows, so I can't match them. Alright, so this is gonna be the garage, and then two set. There we go. Perfect. This is the more interesting one to look at, if I do say so myself. These windows aren't the same height. 4 8x6. Let's make this 6 by 4 8. So this has to be 4 8. We want the sill height to be the same. Before I go, I'm going to do this just because I want it to look consistent, even though it's probably going to change when we really get into the exterior, like shaping everything, picking the materials, adding the trim. Okie dokie. You guys have to go see my background on YouTube because I have my like light and my painted wall behind me. It looks so cute. I finally turned my desk around. I didn't have my desk turned around to see my background for the longest time. Such a wasted opportunity. But I do now. So, all right. Great progress, guys. Great talk today. This was so fun. I'm so happy to be back doing this. The weekly lives will be streamed to Instagram, and then my screen shared is actually streamed to to YouTube. This was music I was playing, okay? I know it's weird looking. But I stream my screen and myself on my webcam straight to YouTube, so you can really see what I'm doing and follow along there, and the replays live there. And then obviously on Instagram, we just have a picture of the screen. But this was so much fun. Oof. I really enjoyed spending this time with you guys and working on this model. I haven't done this in so long, and I'm so happy to be back modeling every Thursday with you guys at 7 p.m. All right. Bye, Nell. It was so fun having you here. I will see you guys next week.